Hi everyone, in this screencast I want to show you how to get to the community of practice for Future Ready of the with the library Cohort 4 and how you're going to use it over the next 6 to 7 months. So first I want to point out that the URL is hq.yalsa.net, hq.yalsa.net, and it lives on the back end of the YALSA Teen Programming HQ. The Teen Programming in HQ is a place for all different people to post their programs and ideas so that others can get ideas about what they might want to do with and for their communities. So for us, what you're going to do is go to groups, and when you go to groups, you will see the different groups that are a part of the Teen Programming HQ. Most of them are Future Ready with the Library cohorts. There's Future Ready with the Library Cohort 4, and if you click on that, you'll see you just get this. You have to be signed in order to get to our cohort community of practice. So if you click on sign in, and then you sign in, you should have a sign in from the email that you got about the community of practice. And I just have to grab my my password from my password manager. I'm going to sign in. Notice that it says stay signed in. If you know that if it's not your own personal computer or professional computer, you don't want to stay signed in. So you click sign in, and then it automatically takes you to the settings page. I'm not going to talk about the settings at the moment. I'm going to go back to groups. And now you'll see, because I'm signed in, it doesn't say sign in now, it says account. Because I'm signed in, if I go to Future Ready with the Library Cohort 4, you get to the main page of our community of practice. It's under groups, Future Ready with the Library Cohort 4. There's one posting so far, which is my welcome, and I'm going to come back to this in a minute. What I want to do first is to talk about posting questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, etc. on our cohort community of practice. And what you do is you go to ask a question. Now, you won't always be asking a question, but because of the way the Teen Programming HQ works, that's what you're going to click on. You're not going to click on post a program because that is for people who are literally posting programs for the HQ. You want to ask a question. And when you do that, you get a form, which is not so different than other forms you might see as you participate in different social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. And your question, which might not be a question. I could just type in article of interest, not a question. And then there's tags, and you have to include at least one tag. And I might do article. And you see that there's what other tags people have used. Type in article, rural education, because that's what the article might be about. I can click it if it's already there, and you can add whatever tags you want to. Now, really important is this part. It says who should see it, and you want to keep that Future Ready with the Library Cohort 4. You need it to say that, because if that's not in there, that means anyone who's on the community of practice, who's at Teen Programming HQ will see your question. So you want just the people involved in this cohort to see it, so you have to keep that there. It won't show up unless you have come in through the groups Future Ready with the Library Cohort 4 group, ask a question. If it's not there, you can just start typing and it will give you the different groups that you can add. It should be there if you go in the way I'm talking about, and keep it there so that you can make sure that just us are the ones who see it. Now, I would just write something like, I read this article and thought it made some interesting points about, and I could just write more. Notice up here it's got all the traditional kinds of things. You can add links, you can do indents, you can do bullets, you can bold, you can italic, you can do all different kinds of things like that. So you just post what you want to say to the group, and then you save it. Now you can attach documents like you usually can. You choose a file and you can attach it, and when you're ready, you save. I'm not going to save it because this really doesn't mean anything at the moment, so I'm going to cancel. Actually, I'm not going to cancel. I am just going to go back to our main page. So here I am again at the main page. Remember to post something new, you ask a question, and then if I see something that I'm going to read, here's my welcome that just says welcome. This is our space for questions, ideas, feedback, and more. It's where we'll stay in touch. And you can add comments. So whenever somebody posts, you can add a comment. Linda, thanks for the welcome, which is a little weird since I am the person who wrote it. But you can attach a document to a comment and you can post a comment. The key thing I want to point here is that when you post, when you originally post on the Cohort web community of practice, you will automatically be subscribed to comments, which means that if anybody writes a comment on your post, you will get an email about it. And that way you can know when people are commenting on your posts, you can comment back, etc. So you are automatically subscribed to comments. That's why it says unsubscribe from comments, because I'm automatically subscribed. I'll show you, however, that if I click on unsubscribe, I won't get those. And if you are not the original poster, I highly recommend that you do subscribe to comments. So you go to comments, even if you're not going to write something, and you subscribe to comments. Because it's really useful to just keep up to date with what the conversation is on our community of practice. So when you're the poster, the original poster, you'll automatically be subscribed to comments. I highly recommend that when you aren't the original poster, that you still subscribe to comments so you can see what other people are talking about. Now, talking about subscriptions and keeping up to date, I'm again going to go back to groups, Future Ready with Library Cohort 4, and notice here on the main page it says New Post Subscriptions. That's where you can subscribe so that anytime someone posts something new on our community of practice on this page, you will get an email notification. So if I click on New Post Subscriptions, I've already subscribed because I have subscribed. I created it and I subscribed. And what happens is it says subscribe to Future Ready with the Library Cohort 4 by email sent daily at 7 a.m. You will be able to choose when you want to get notification. You can say anytime you would like and within a 24-hour period. And you can say the frequency. I do daily because I want to keep up with what's going on, and I do 7 a.m. because I want it to be one of the first things I see in the morning. If I go to settings, I'll get your email notifications of new posts. I do daily, and I highly recommend daily so you can keep up with what's going on. At the least, please do weekly. That way you will know when things are posted at least once a week. But again, I highly recommend daily. And then you can change the time. I do 7 a.m. You can choose a time that works for you. So that's how you subscribe to the new posts. Again, I think it's a really good idea to do that so you know when things are being posted and you can respond and read what everybody is up to. Now, if I go to account, I just want to go to settings and show you a couple of other things. To the settings and view your profile or edit your profile. And if you edit your profile, you can add things like your Twitter handle, your Facebook handle, a bio, a photo, all of those kinds of things. And here's where you can also access your subscriptions to new comments and new posts. And you can also change your password. If you have any questions about using the community of practice, be sure to let me know. And thanks for watching.